Hello, children. Are you ready for some cutting up and kikiing? Are you ready for a jolly old time? Well, I hope you are, because now it's time for Hey Qween Holiday Special with your host, Jonny McGovern.
Hey Queen, come on and spill the tea. Hey Queen, it's just a good old-fashioned kiki. Hey Queen, we're cutting up with Jonny. Hey, 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 hey. Hey Queen.
Well, hello, my holiday ho-ho-hos, and welcome to the joyful and enchanted holiday episode of Hey Qween. With me, your host, the Christmas Bear. This holiday show is going to be dazzling. Our special guest and I go way back, honey. You all fell in love with her as the lip sync annihilator on season 9 of RuPaul's Drag Race. The sugary sweet confection known as Peppermint is here today. But before she stirs on out here, there's another sweet treat you need to meet. She's the partridge in my pear tree, and like the first snowfall of the season, she's glistening and bright and a beautiful sight. It's Miss Lady Red Couture.
Hey, Queen.
Merry Christmas, Queen.
Oh, Merry Christmas to you.
Oh, I gotta tell you, the casting of Tiny Tim in this production of A Christmas Carol is very non-traditional.
I had to break the normal, so you know.
Yeah, that's right. I look like Christmas morning,
Yes.
and you look like Christmas night.
Well, you know, after the presents are unwrapped, you know, that's when I shine.
Well, Lady Red, it's our holiday special. It's, of course, Christmas, but don't forget Hanukkah. Oh, I forgot I have a prop, Lady Red. Look, it's a Christmas teddy bear and also a toy.
It's funny that he has a bear, too.
Oh, you're right. We're a family. See you later, baby. All right, well, you guys, one of my dearest, oldest friends, Miss Peppermint, is here today. It's a Christmas miracle. And we'll be with her right after this very gay break. We are back. Our guest today is not only one of my OG New York City sisters, but honey, she has been serving it up on stage and screen, all the while fighting for the rights of LGBTQ plus people everywhere. It's the one and only Peppermint. Yeah.
Finally, we're here. What? It's been years in the making.
I know, my little Christmas miracle, here you are.
I'm here, baby.
Honey, I am so happy to see you. And what an appropriate episode to have you on.
Peppermint.
Peppermint.
It's the holiday extravaganza.
Exactly, with my peppermint desk right here.
Oh my gosh, it's perfect. Well, you know, everyone's favorite flavor.
That's right, sweet and delicious. Though, Peppermint, I must say, you had less assistance today than you did before you were famous.
It's true, right? I used to have an entire gaggle.
Honey,
Yeah.
I had never seen someone have more assistance than the beautiful Peppermint coming in. And you'd be like, let's go.
March.
Dress, fan, explosives, you got it all.
I actually did have fire in the car.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Lady Red, look at this Christmas present we got here. Isn't it a beautiful thing?
Oh, my goodness. She's so gorgeous. Now, I tried to get a peppermint stick, but I kept sucking it, and it's all gone.
Well, Peppermint, today is not only the Hey Qween Holiday Special, but it is a very special edition. It's a Peppermint Christmas Carol. Today, you will be visited by 3 go-go's, 2 of which will look exactly the same. But don't worry, they're the different people. The go-go of Christmas present, the go-go of Christmas past, and the go-go of Christmas future.
Oh, I'm ready.
I think, is that a bell that I hear? Yes, it is. How convenient. And look, It's the go-go of Christmas presents. Wow, he's floating on air. Wait, are you oohing? Oh, thank you. Very good. I think he's telling you to look over there, Peppermint. What is he showing you? Look right there on the screen. Ah, okay. Thank you, Ghost. Oh, now, oh, we don't want to miss him leaving. Very nice. So right there, that's something that's happening in the present, Peppermint. You were just in front of the Supreme Court, sweetie, on the steps, fighting for the rights of all of us.
Yeah, it came so last minute. I had a gig in DC with DC Pride, and that was the night before. And then I found out from one of the fabulous attorneys that they were going to be hearing the case, and he invited me out, not only on the steps of the Supreme Court, but also inside. And I got to be indoors with Ruth Bader Ginsburg and all the justices.
Wow.
Listening to them argue the case. And
Now,
so,
tell the kids at home and who may be uninformed what that's all about.
So Title VII is it's a protection. It's a workplace discrimination protection that's been in place since 1964. And it's obviously anybody that goes to apply for a job, you know that they say they can't discriminate based on your sex, your sexuality, your race, your religion. And so they're trying to make it legal for anyone, any boss to fire any employee for being gay or trans. But the weird thing is they're not really using trans in the language or gay in the language. Remember with marriage equality, it wasn't, we were thinking of it as gay marriage, but the way that they would define it, they wouldn't say you can't have gay marriage. They defined marriage as between one man and one woman to kind of get around it.
Yeah, that's some naughty or nice. That's naughty, okay, conservatives? How dare you?
And so with Title VII, what they're trying to do is make it legal to discriminate against any man who doesn't act within the confines of what men should be doing.
Wow.
And any woman who doesn't act basically like a proper woman. So that affects more than just
It sure
queer people.
does.
It affects anybody who wants to just be free. We need the public opinion to be on the same side of everyone who needs to have a job who doesn't deserve to get fired.
Yeah.
And so talk to your friends, kids.
That's right, and this is a big year for everybody on our team, the team of being right. We
Yes,
gotta
hello.
get together and activate, make it a Christmas miracle.
Girl, that's right.
It was great to be there because it was an historic moment for the community, hopefully one that'll turn out the way that we want.
Right.
But it was also really cool to be there, even with the conservative justices in the room. It was just great to witness kind of our judiciary system, at work.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Representing, honey.
Ow.
You are blazing trails everywhere. You've been on TV a lot this year. She hit Broadway, and then she said, now I'm gonna hit TV.
Yeah, let me go to them other boxes.
You were on Pose?
Yes, oh my
Tell
gosh.
me about that.
That was, I'm a huge, who's not a huge fan
Right,
of
we
Pose?
all love
it's
it.
an awesome show.
Incredible.
And so I was excited to get the chance to audition. I auditioned for one role. Here's some tea. I auditioned for, so on the show, Dominique, who plays Electra, works at the old Hellfire Club, which I don't know if you remember Hellfire Club.
Oh, I do.
It's a little bit made for TV version, but so she works there, and there's some other girls that work there. I auditioned for one of those roles as one of her coworkers who kind of just is in the background and kind of like, hey, and then they told me, you know what, we have something else in mind. And so I didn't get that role, and then they asked me to come in and be seen for the role of Euphoria, who's this sex worker, street girl who has had some run-ins with the police and gives them some advice about what to do with the dead body that they just killed.
Oh, wow.
And so I got that. It was fierce. But the crazy thing is, when I first moved to New York City, the first club I ever worked in was The Tunnel, which was on 27th between 11th and 12th. And when we were shooting, they said to report to the location, and we were literally on the steps of The Tunnel, 27th between 11th and 12th. Very full circle, darling.
Girl, the memories came flooding back. Did you start charging them all a cover to get in?
Yeah,
You're
I was like, if it's
let's
your honey,
go,
let's go, honey.
Dominique, pay up, that's $10.
Hello, darling.
Now, we haven't gotten a chance to really get into Head Over Heels.
It's true.
It was a monumental moment. You were the first trans woman to originate a principal role on Broadway. I mean, yes, sweetie. What? I mean, that is another big monumental moment. How did that feel? How was the whole experience?
It was great. I mean, you know, in the beginning it was a little bit crunchy because I was on the road touring. It was around Christmas time, and I was auditioning. I was sending in tapes, and it was so crazy because I would do the show at night and then come home from the club. My good Judy Jerry, hey Jerry, would help me like learn the lines, and then we would put it on tape, email it back to them, and then we would go sleep. And in the morning they would give us some feedback or be like, you're moving on to the next round.
Wow.
And so there were several rounds of auditions, all within like the course of like a week or two. And then so finally, they were like, okay, we think we want you. We want you to come back and see us in the room, like just once. And it was on this, like the very end of the Christmas tour. So I had to decide, am I gonna leave this Christmas tour or go back for some audition? They already know that they like me, so why don't they just give me the part? And so my management was like, girl, you need to go ahead and just go ahead, you'll be fine. Go do the audition. So I was begrudgingly literally was getting dressed for the show and then got undressed from the show, didn't do the show.
Wow.
Went to the airport while the girls went on to do the performance and couldn't tell them why I was leaving. It was just like, she has a family emergency, she's gotta go.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, if I walk up in that room and there is anyone else that looks anything like me, I'm gonna cut this whole thing. Luckily, it was just me. And I sang for them and I auditioned in person. It's just, they wanted to catch my essence and my vibe. And I got cast, so that was awesome.
What was about opening night? You're there. You used to just be trolling outside
It's
Broadway
true.
theaters, walking to your job at therapy,
Oh, it's so true.
picking up a piece of fried chicken and getting the trade.
Yes, honey.
So now you're on Broadway opening night. What are you feeling?
We had done our first run in San Francisco, so it's interesting. I wasn't as nervous as I thought I would be because, you know, it is Broadway. People think, oh, you're gonna be so nervous, but you know, I'm used to doing live performances.
Yeah,
and
you're
clubs
ready to
and
do
shows.
shows. You've done Broadway, just hasn't been on Broadway theater.
Hello, and
You've
not
done-
indoor anywhere. And so I was not quite so nervous about the show itself, but just the fact that this was, to me, a once in a lifetime thing and also a really historic moment, you know, just in general, an opportunity for folks to see a trans woman on a Broadway stage, first of all. And then second of all, for Broadway to be happy with the fact that they put a trans woman on stage. And so I felt a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
But it was great. I didn't know what to expect. I knew it was gonna be a show. I knew we were gonna twirl and sing a few songs, but getting the chance to perform on opening night with the Go-Go's was epic.
Wow.
Getting a chance to become a part of like this Broadway family. It's a real community, and that was great, so.
Hey Queens, thanks for watching. For part 2 of this interview, click here. For more Hey Queen fabulousness, click here. And of course, don't forget to subscribe.